moving on to a fight that I'm actually very excited about, George. I know that you're starting to get a little bit more of a feel for women's MMA, but I'm fired up about it. I like it, man. I think these girls bring it because they have something to prove and they're fucking hungry, you know? Especially
tell them they need to eat.
Huh?
Tell them they need to eat if they're hungry.
That's right. Well, everybody, as you well know, Miesha Tate will be squaring off against Kat Zingano, and the winner of this fight will be sitting opposite of Ronda Rousey in the Tough House, the next Tough episode. A little bit, we don't know a lot about Kat Zingano, but I will say that she made a pro debut in June of 2008, and she basically went through everybody. I mean, she's undefeated. She's had, I believe, 7 MMA fights, and she's good on the ground because her husband has a BJJ. He's like a Brazilian BJJ black belt and has a school. So I'm sure she's well on the ground. But what are you laughing at, man?
Nothing. I mean, if I had a BJJ black belt, I'd want a woman that was good on the ground too.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, I don't know what happened.
I mean, I have a feeling a lot of their sessions involve no clothing.
Right. Yeah. It's just it's probably sessions that don't involve the actual J.
But look, I'm gonna tell you straight up, even without knowing a lot about Kat Zingano, I would rather watch her win just so we can see someone else get a crack at Ronda Rousey. Because let's face it, even if Miesha Tate loses this fight, she'll probably get another title shot. Very shortly, because the list at 135 in the UFC, yeah, they have what, 10 or 12 women? Yeah, it's still very short, and you still have to use the big names. So Miesha Tate, even with the loss here, I could see in 2 to 3 fights fighting for the championship belt. Yeah,
and you know what? I'm right with you, George. I mean, I like Miesha Tate. I think she's got a lot of heart, especially after seeing that bout she had with Ronda Rousey when her arm was basically just going the other direction, and she hung in there. But like you said, I want to see somebody else mix it up with Ronda Rousey. Kat Zingano is very interesting. Obviously, these are not UFC level or Strikeforce opponents she's faced in the past, but she has knocked some people out, man. She's not had like 3 or 4 TKOs, so she has the ability to strike, you know, and that's something that we've yet to see someone do to Ronda Rousey, really land a punch or get in there and be technical enough to land and see if Ronda Rousey can, you know, withstand, you know.
The thing is Ronda Rousey doesn't look to stand. She goes to her bread and butter, which is let me get in close, judo toss, and next thing you know is you're fucking tapping because your arm's behind your head. I mean, it's just... Right. Ronda Rousey has no reason to stand with anybody. And let me just allude to something while we're talking about Ronda Rousey real quick.
Sure.
I watched Cyborg fight the other night, her first fight in Invicta, and let me tell you, as much as everyone loves Ronda Rousey and thinks Ronda Rousey can beat Cyborg, I think you're fucking out of your mind. I think if they met at 140 pounds, Ronda Rousey would be given everything she can handle and then some. I'm not saying that she might find a way to submit Cyborg, but I don't think she wants to get hit by that dude.
Well, I think she doesn't want to get hit, and the other thing that you also see is the fact that, you know what, she's just a girl that is physically stronger. Ronda Rousey's a strong girl too, so that allows her to get these girls in the judo flips and you know, be able to work her patent move and everything. But against someone like Cyborg, she's going to face a girl that's stronger than her for the first time, you know?
Right. She'd have to out-technical her. Yeah. She'd have to just be more technical than her and weather that storm, because you know Cyborg's going to come across, or you hope Cyborg's tentative and that she doesn't try to get overly aggressive and get caught in one of your judo throws, because Cyborg's ground game's not the greatest in avoiding submissions. Yeah. Now, she has been working with Tito Ortiz, and you could see that in this Invicta fight, because she was dropping elbows and front bows and side bows on this girl. She was doing the old classic GNP from Tito Ortiz, and it was impressive to see. Right. Now, who's the fight we saw? Where she struggled a little bit with Cyborg's fight where she got popped for test. The French girl, Marlos Kunin.
Marlos Kunin. Mm-hmm.
She's fighting her again on the next Invicta fight. So, I mean, if I can get that shit for free $99, I'll be more than happy to watch, or I'll catch it on YouTube the next day.
So, now, since we've covered every woman in the bantamweight division and outside of the bantamweight division, who do you have winning? Who do you have winning this fight, man?
I'm going to have to go with Miesha Tate because I know it's the proven product, but I'd like to see Kat win.
Yeah, I probably, you know, I'd like to, you just took the words out of my mouth, dude, because I'd like to see Kat win as well. But, yeah, I just think Miesha Tate has fought more formidable opponents, and I think that's going to make the difference.
I mean, if you held a gun to my head and said you have to bet $50,000, I'm going to go with Tate. But if you said it's not your money, who would you put it on? I'd put it on Kat. Right. Like, I hope people understand that. Like, we're not sometimes you pick who you want to see win, not who you think's going to win.
Right.
So I gave you both.
Right. Comical, brash, and yeah, sometimes politically incorrect. The UnCut Sports Show. Non-traditional sports coverage delivered the way you like it by your uncensored co-hosts, Kevin White and George Bedford.